Hello and welcome. This is Joel, Life on a High vlog for today. Mostly inspired because I actually watch pretty famous YouTuber Casey Neistat based in New York City. This Columbus is nowhere near as exciting as NYC, but anyway, he just did a recent show. I think it was today. I don't know. I'll put the link down below. Okay. In the comments, but he did show where he actually did a little bit of a review on the GoPro Karma drone, which is a very interesting drone, very similar to the Phantoms, except for it's really unique in that the props fold back, a lot more compact of a drone. The drone uses a GoPro. It'll use a GoPro Hero 4 Black or the new GoPro 5. It will use that as well, the 5 Black, which there's only the 5 Black in the 5 Session. I believe they still have the 4 Session too, possibly. But in fact, the new Hero 5 is completely waterproof without the need for the waterproof case that most GoPros ship with. So, speaking of GoPro, I'm going to start covering my gear here in this episode here. One of the cameras, you've seen footage already on the channel here of my GoPro doing a time-lapse. I actually set the time-lapse up in the car. The GoPros come with this waterproof case. This is the GoPro itself. It's not waterproof, but the new one is. The new one's waterproof. The only way I'd probably end up getting a new one is if for some reason I couldn't start not being able to get accessories like this for my GoPro, and maybe if I bought the Karma. So, and of course the GoPro, I got all the little accessories and stuff to go along with it. I got some batteries. I've got this is a little external battery that goes on the back. But by far my most fun thing I do with this little camera here is that I actually will record those time lapses. So that's one camera. All right. The other camera I use is the one I'm actually recording this on, and I'll actually use yet another camera I use. One of the first video cameras I've ever purchased that can do HD is the Kodak ZI8 here. And that's ZI8 here. I'll go ahead and actually let me see. I need to shift to the macro. Okay. So this Kodak ZI8 will do a 1080p. And let's see if I can get this thing to focus right before I start recording it. It needs the. That's the only problem is this is a Kodak ZI8. They don't make it anymore, and it's a fixed focused. Actually, there we go. That's a little bit better. So this is going to show you my Nikon D3300. That's what I'm recording this on. I'm going to go ahead and put the footage from that in there, so you should be seeing the footage from the Kodak ZI8 of my Nikon D3300 basic SLR. This doesn't really need to be up. I don't know why it is, but that is my main camera, my main shooter, and one thing I like to record the video and stills with the most. It's also going to be the workhorse for the retreat. This little Kodak that you see here now, I'll flip it back to the Kodak. This Kodak, like I said, does 1080p. It'll do 720 at 60 frames per second. If I'm going to need something with that kind of frames per second, then I'm probably going to use this instead. The only thing about the GoPros, by the way, is the very, very wide angle. So almost a fisheye. You can remove it with the GoPro software. So, but these are 3 cameras I use interchangeably Today I'll probably include footage. Well, probably the title shot will have some more of the footage that I used from the GoPro. One of those actually in the last show was it was taken on top of my car. So other cameras I might use, I got this Kodak ZI8, 16 megapixel still camera. And really, actually, I probably won't include footage from this in this video because one of its main problems is that it will, it does only 720p. So, not too bad for YouTube. I actually upload a 1080p, but as I prefer to do that. But sometimes this will work better than this will, and sometimes the Nikon will work better than a lot of things, and then sometimes the GoPro works. So you'll see me using all those plus my Moto Z4 Droid, which I've already talked about on the channel here. So one of the other things though that's really important with all this camera setup is both the GoPro and my Nikon will support Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi in the Nikon's kind of iffy. It's a little adapter, little dongle. The WU1A from Nikon. It was actually included in my kit when I purchased this camera. So, but the one thing I have noticed was, especially with the Nikon, is if you have a Wi-Fi only tablet, which is my old Nexus 7 2013 here. It's my old workhorse tablet. Probably end of life so far as official updates, but I actually have a Android 7 Nougat running on it. Runs very well actually on the Nexus 7 2013. But what it also does is it works really well with the Nikon. So, and it also works with my GoPro as well. Although with the GoPro, I generally use set up the shots with this because it's easier. This just fits in my pocket. This kind of doesn't. This does fit into my SLR bag. So, so those are the cameras and the tablet I use. I have a secondary tablet here, the Verizon Ellipsis 8. I probably won't use this cell that much with the GoPro, although I am taking it with me on the retreat this weekend. So. But I do like this. It's got LTE in it where my Nexus 7 does not. You can't see it over here, but over here is the GI8 Ultra tablet. Now, the one kind of little bit disappointing thing with the GI8 is the GI8 has Remix OS version 2, which is based on Lollipop, which is probably 2 versions of Android ago now. Unfortunately, NVIDIA is not ponying up the drivers they need to actually get it running on Marshmallow, or even, for that matter, Nexus Android 7. So I may be looking at hacking that, maybe put a little Linux on it, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But now, one of the things I'm going to be doing, taking your gear in the field and is very important. But let's face it, sometimes this bag doesn't work. This bag, sorry, doesn't work very well. This is the bag that came with my Nikon kit. In here, I've got my my telephoto, 50 through 200 millimeter. I got a flash I got from. Read this. I know I got it on Amazon. It's not a Nikon branded flash. It's okay. I'm actually still kind of trying to get learning to use it. 9 times out of 10, I don't need a flash with this guy anyway. So I got some filters for it and various things. I got cleaners. I got extra somewhere in here. I probably got extra memory card. Something you always want to have. And Duracell charger, quick charger for my AA batteries, which are what my flash uses. So I do have a, oh wait, I know what's up here. It's up here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, lens pen, very important to have. And this is my little case I use to hold my my 32 gig card that it's kind of like my backup card. The one I'm recording on right now is 64 gig. Thinking about maybe upgrading it to 128. We'll see. My GoPros, I have 128 gigs with them. In fact, I probably should get another one at some point in time, just as a backup. But this doesn't really work all that well when I'm trying to compact some things down. Plus, if I'm trying to carry my laptop with me, which is, and I don't know why I don't ever do this. I have a 17-inch laptop. I thought it was cool when I got it, and I kind of really enjoyed it when I first got it. Way too heavy. Next one's going to be 15 inches or under. So, but to kind of cut things down a little bit now, I'm still going to take that bag from when I go on this retreat this weekend. But I purchased this. This is a Amazon Basics laptop bag / SLR camera bag. So it's got plenty of spaces in here. Now what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to plan on taking all my SLR gear is going to go in here. My GoPro gear is going to go in here. I'm going to probably not take the normal cases I use for my GoPro with me. And because 9 times out of 10, I'll probably know what kind of shot I'm going to go set up. I'll grab the attachments I need, take them with me. Those and the GoPro itself might even fit in my SLR bag. So that will go with me too after I clean it. But I do like this bag a lot. I like especially, now go with the, if you buy one of these, go with this orange color. They have a gray one. I like the orange because it makes it easier to find things. So, plus the other nice thing I like about it is it has these on the side. Whether these are for holding your tripod. So, and it's also got all sorts of pockets all over it. And actually only ever used it once so far. And the same thing, the laptop slot here. Here's actually something cool that this came with. It came with this cover. So that if you're if it's going to get rained on, you can kind of cover it up. I think that's what it's for. I keep it in there, so that must be what it's for. So, but yeah, that way you can kind of put a cover over it so your camera doesn't get wet. Moisture and cameras do not mix. So, and then of course, then there's this little pocket in the front. This is not my normal everyday carry backpack. That would be it's in the closet here. I'm not going to get it out. A Victorinox or no Swiss Gear backpack of some sort. I'll cover that later on another show, maybe even tomorrow. So, but this is the main bag. My laptop should fit in here. It's got of course the waist strap and all this stuff. So I should be able to use this to carry my gear. I may actually think about just carrying this with me, even when I got the SLR on me. So that way I just have everything with me. Because I'm kind of a Boy Scout when it comes to tech. I want to be prepared for things. Do not like being prepared, not unprepared. So what else am I taking with me? One of the things that I am a huge fan of, I've reviewed them several times on GearDiary.com, is Tom Bin. This is going to be the bag I pack my clothes in this week. It's Tom Bin TriStar. The TriStar has lots of space in it. It's just great for a weekend. So all my clothes are going to go in this. It has the thing that Tom Bin is known for, and I think this is one of the ones that came with it, is packing cubes. So what you do here, see I have more than one in here. But what you do is you put your clothes in here, and then when you get to your hotel room or wherever you're going, in this case I'm going to do a camp, then you just pull this whole thing out, all your clothes are in it. So, great stuff. So, what else do I need to go? What else needs to go with me? As this is out in the woods, one of the things that you need out in the woods, bug spray, don't forget. So, now I kind of covered way more than I thought I would today. Not to mention the fact you're seeing some of my dirty laundry. I kind of get dressed and undressed in this office sometimes. So it's easier to do that. But that's kind of my gear that I use for the vlog, and also for when I'm covering events. So for my church. So that's it. It's been a little long episode here. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and God bless.